This is Chongqing, southwest China, a sprawling municipality at the confluence of the Yangtze and Jialing rivers. It is also the starting point of my photographic journey, to rediscover the old film format after an 18-year hiatus. Together with my wife Crystal and an old Fuji medium format camera, we set off on a multi-city tour, starting in Chongqing, followed by Lijiang and the spectacular tiger Leaping Gorge, and finishing in the mountain city of Panchihua. First stop, Chongqing. The last time I loaded film into a camera was 2004. Back then, you'd pick up a roll of film, load it into the camera and snap away. You'd only remember what you'd taken once you got your prints back from the chemists. Today, my fear is messing up all the manual settings, so I have to use an app on my phone to work out the correct exposure. And not forgetting, you still have to find an interesting subject and composition. Luckily, Chongqing is a photogenic city. It is built on steep slopes that lead to the river. Some buildings even have trains running through them. It's all very sci-fi. The high-rises on the sloping ground can add layers, lines and dimensions to a photo. They're all ingredients that can help make an image more pleasing. This city offers so many photo opportunities, but film forces you to be more considerate. This medium format film only gives you 8 shots per roll. You have to keep asking yourself, is this worth a shot? And sometimes when you do go for it, you realise you've forgotten to wind on the film and the moment's gone. No such issues for Crystal. Once you go beyond the surface of a city, the people and its culture begin to reveal itself. Chongqing has one of the top 3 art institutes in China. The institute made its mark by covering the whole area with graffiti. It wasn't instigated by some rogue student, but the Art Institute president himself. He involved over 800 artists and students and 12.5 tons of paint, making it the largest graffiti area in the world. Tucked away in one of the nearby buildings, you'll discover the Traffic Tea House. The place is filled with old men drinking tea, so I fitted right in. It's a popular place for photographers, and the locals are used to having their picture taken, so I just snapped away. After 4 nights and 12 shots on the Fuji, we said goodbye to the bright lights of Chongqing and flew to our next stop. Lijiang, Yunnan province. It was the base for us to visit the spectacular tiger Leaping Gorge. It's one of the deepest and most spectacular canyons in the world. The power and scale is immense. A constant, deafening explosion of water. No photograph can ever capture the magnitude of it all. In the early 80s, 4 rafters had the bright idea to try and float down the gorge. Needless to say, they're yet to reappear. From Lijiang, we boarded a train to our next stop. Panchihua in Sichuan province is a mountain city. In the 1930s, geologists discovered the mountain's rich natural resources. Today, the factories have moved out of Panchihua, and the city, with its mild climate, is promoting itself as a great place for old people to retire. so I fitted right in. However, an elderly man did claim I was a fake old guy. He said I was actually young and my hair had turned white prematurely because of the modern diet. I'll drink to that. The next day, we went to discover Panchahua's vast open-cast mines. The region provides most of the world's titanium. It has contributed to spacecrafts, aeroplanes, and David Guetta songs. This giant operation takes your breath away. Definitely worth a shot or two. If you head north from Panchahua, you'll find a dam that would make any beaver jealous. This is Ertam Hydroelectric Power Station. It is estimated that in 1 year it generates the same amount of power as burning 6 million tons of coal. And if you drive 2 hours south of Panchahua, you'll find a quaint minority village called Yishala. It has retained its rustic charm, and it's tempting to take pictures of everything. But when you're running low on film, you have to be more discerning. So no random shots of pets. This is a place to capture the local people. One lady invited us back to her home. Mao Zihui lived alone in her big house. I asked Zihui if I could take her picture. She said yes. She even put on her traditional dress for it. I had a good feeling about this shot. Before we left Yishala, we visited a spectacular viewpoint above the village. Crystal took more photos here than I took for the whole trip. With all the film exposed, it was time to go home. It's been 12 weeks since we got back from our trip, and this will be the first time I will see the shots. They've been digitized. I have no idea what the shots will look like. So here goes. This is Chongqing. It's very grainy. Yeah, I mean, not that exciting, but hey. Okay, next one. This one is the cable car, so I finally got the shot. The tea house. Oh no, this one's out of focus. This was a cool shot. Colours are great. Out of focus. Shit. Again, out of focus. The main subject. Actually, it's quite nice. Tiger Leaping Gorge. Okay, first one. Well, it's come out a bit dark. Okay, next. Oh, okay. This is from the open cast mine. I like this one. Crystal. Wearing my glasses. Looks good. Wow. So these were the ones I thought were good. This is from Yishala village, and the little old lady who dressed up for us. All those wrinkles in her face. And the other old lady sitting on the sofa. Yeah, like a top. Is her face in focus? Interesting. Okay. This is from that viewpoint above the village. Didn't think that these shots would come out that well. But this actually reminds me of these old vintage photos from the 70s. Again, she has her eyes closed. So yeah,
I mean, compared to digital, it's obviously a lot less convenient, but there's certainly an organic and, I guess, artistic feel to the shots that you just have less control. Maybe it just takes practice.
Overall, it's been a great experience shooting on film again. The big question is it worth all the extra hassle? For me, not really. If I chose a smaller 35mm camera, then perhaps. I'll leave the medium formats to the professionals and fanatics for now.